أهلا بيكم. نتقابل النهاردة في المحاضرة السادسة من نحو 2. We meet today for lecture number 6 in your grammar course, Grammar 2. Type today we're going to talk about adjectives and adverbs. You know that adjectives describe nouns. Adverbs, you know that adverbs describe verbs. احنا متعودين ان احنا عارفين ان الصفات بتوصف الاسماء والادفيرب بيوصف الافعال. But today we're going to know something else. Adjectives only describe nouns. الصفة دايما بتوصف اسم بس. But adverbs do not just describe verbs, they can describe adjectives and they can also describe other adverbs. All right, let's read this. All right, let's start our lecture. Lecture 6, problems with adverbs and adjectives. طيب زي ما قلنا adverbs usually describe verbs and adjectives always describe nouns. طيب adverbs are often formed by adding ly to an adjective. احنا عارفين ان دايما او كتير بنتلخبط لان اي حاجه في اخرها ly بنعتبر ان دي adverb. يعني بقول مثلا late lately, apparent apparently, serious seriously. طيب there are many adverbs in English that do not end in ly. These are recognized by their meanings. They answer questions about when, how, or where something happens. دي برضو بتعتبر adverbs. إذا كانت when يعني لو بقول often ولا soon ولا later ولا always كل الكلمات دي are also adverbs. How do you drive? I drive fast. How do you work? I work hard. How do you feel? I feel well. كل دي برضو adverbs بتوصف فعل. How do you drive? I drive fast. Fast بتوصف drive اللي هي فعل. How do you work? I work hard. Hard بتوصف work which is a verb. How do you feel? I feel well, etc. فمش دايما كل الأفعال بيبقى نهايتها ly. طيب where؟ لو قلت here ولا there ولا somewhere ولا nowhere ولا everywhere برضو these are adverbs. There are some problems related to the use of adverbs and adjectives correctly. يعني في شوية مشاكل كده ليها دعوة باستخدام الادverbs والadjectives بشكل صحيح. طيب أول حاجة knowing when to use adjectives and adverbs. تاني حاجة using adjectives and not adverbs after linking verbs. وهنعرف ايه linking verbs دي. And number 3 putting adjectives and adverbs in the correct position. طيب knowing دي is the beginning of the sentence. It should be capital letter. لكن هنا صحيح انا بقول نمرة 2 لكن انا ما ببتديش الجملة فما دام عندي كوما يبقى I do not use a capital letter. And برضو I do not use a capital letter here. But in number 1 it's the beginning of the sentence. طيب the first problem is using adjectives and adverbs correctly. Now adjectives have only one job. They describe nouns or pronouns. يعني ما أقول this is a beautiful garden. Now beautiful is adjective describing the word garden which is a noun. لكن لو بقول it is beautiful هنا beautiful is an adjective. It describes it which is a pronoun. يعني the adjective describes either a noun or a pronoun. In the first sentence, the adjective beautiful describes the noun garden. In the second sentence, the adjective describes the pronoun it. طيب. Adverbs, on the other hand, have more than one job. مش بس بيوصفوا الأفعال. They may describe verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Look at the following sentences. The gardener arranged the garden beautifully. يبقى beautifully, which is an adverb, describes arranged, which is a verb. لو قلت this is a beautifully arranged garden. طيب arranged, هي arranged هنا is a verb as it is in the first sentence. لا، فوق في الجملة الأولى أنا كنت بقول the gardener arranged, the gardener subject, arranged verb, the garden object. لكن هنا بقول this is، لو شلنا beautifully فهقول this is an arranged garden. arranged كلمة جاية قبل garden تبقى بتوصفها، يبقى arranged هي هنا صفة لكلمة garden، و beautifully بتوصف الكلمة اللي جت بعدها اللي هي arranged ومفيش هنا comma. This is a beautifully arranged garden. هنا بقى بقول this is a truly beautifully arranged garden. يبقى أنا هنا عندي truly is an adverb, beautifully is an adverb, arranged is an adjective. يبقى truly is an adverb بتوصف الادفرب اللي بعدها، والادفرب اللي بعدها بتوصف الصفة، والصفة بتوصف الاسم. يعني بالظبط زي ما اقول هذه حديقة منظمة بجمال بجد. alright? In the first sentence, arranged is a verb and beautifully is an adverb describing the verb. In the second sentence, arranged is not a verb. It's a past participle used as an adjective. وهنعرف ده يعني we're going to know that in another lecture. إن the past participle ممكن بستعمله كصفة. And it describes garden. The adverb beautifully described the adjective arranged, and in the third sentence the adverb truly describes beautifully, which is another adverb, وعارفين ان beautifully describes the adjective. يبقى do not forget that adjectives have only one job, to describe a noun or to describe a pronoun. But adverbs have a number of jobs. They can describe a verb, they can describe an adjective, they beautifully arranged, and they can describe other adverbs, they truly beautifully arranged. truly بتوصف beautifully. طيب, notice the following rule about the use of adjectives and adverbs. نفتكر ده. Adjectives describe nouns or pronouns. Adverbs describe verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Let's look at exercise 46. Each of the following sentences has at least one adjective or adverb. Underline the adjective or adverb and write in brackets adjective or adverb. And underline the word it describes. If a sentence has more than one adjective or adverb, use colors. Indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. The parents were great relieved when their son recovered. The parents were relieved. مش هي دي الجملة الأساسية بتاعتي؟ The parents were relieved. ارتاحوا. عندي relieved is an adjective. بتوصف the parents جاية بعد الفعل linking verb. زي ما نقول the parents were happy. طيب great دي بقى ايه؟ great مفروض انها بتوصف الادجective relieved، يعني مفروض انها adverb، يبقى مفروض انها تبقى ايه؟ were greatly relieved. were greatly relieved هتبقى adverb describing an adjective. Number 2 the chairperson. chairperson انتوا عارفين عادة كنا بنقول the chairman. chairman يعني رئيس المجلس أو حاجة، لكن لأن ممكن يعني it could be a man or a woman, the word which is now used, it's not chairperson ولا chairwoman, it's not chairman or chairwoman, but it's a chairperson. The chairperson frequently visits the company's sites. Frequently is an adjective. It describes the verb visits. He was wearing an expensively black suit. He was wearing an expensively black suit. بصوا هنا الجملة دي ممكن نقول فيها حاجتين. يعني ممكن تقولوا لي he was wearing an expensively black suit. إن expensively دي adverb بتوصف black اللي هي adjective، لكن علشان أقول إن expensively an adverb that describes black كما لو كان يعني صفة السواد، احنا بنقول بدلة سوداء، هو كان يرتدي بدلة سوداء غالية الثمن. عشان أقول إن expensively is an adverb which describes black which is an adjective كما لو كان السواد لون السواد هو اللي بيخليها غالية. You understand what that means? يعني بالظبط زي ما أقول تعالوا نعمل جملة كده تانية. لو بقول مثلا this is an expensively decorated room. هنا expensively is an adverb. Decorated is an adjective. فهقول إن expensively بتوصف decorated. يعني الحجرة دي مصممة أو الديكور بتاعها معمول بطريقة غالية، فexpensively بتوصف decorated. لكن إني أقول expensively black هي السواد مش هو اللي غالي. You see what I mean؟ يعني هنا زي ما قلت لكم إن في term 2 ده ولا grammar 2 اللي بنعمله المرة دي ده you always have to think about the meaning، مش زي ما كنا بنعمل في term 1. In grammar 1 I know that يعني كان في grammar صعبة مش سهلة، لكن you could always do grammar correctly without even thinking about the meaning. لكن هنا you should think about the meaning. أنا بقول expensively decorated يعني معمول الديكور بطريقة غالية، فexpensively بتوصف decorated. لكن ما أقدرش أقول expensively black يعني اللون الأسود معمول بطريقة غالية، ما تنفعش. لكن هو اللي ينفع إيه؟ اللي ينفع إن أنا أوصف الاسم بصفتين. يعني ممكن أقول he was wearing an expensive black suit. It's an expensive black suit. I have two adjectives. لكن ما يبقاش عندي هنا expensively بتوصف black. ده فرق بين expensively decorated معمول لها الديكور بطريقة غالية أو الديكور غالي. بوصف decorated بأنها expensively decorated. لكن ما أقدرش أقول إنها expensively black. It's an expensive suit which is black. Two adjectives. طيب. Number 4, there is a classic film on television tonight. This is correct. I have an adjective, classic, بتوصف film, which is a noun. He was given the job because he can do it very well. Now, well is an adverb. And it describes the verb do. The elections were not finished last month. طيب هنا دي بقى زي الجملة الأولانية لما قلنا expensively ما تقدرش توصف black. لكن هنا complete finished يعني أنا ما بقولش إن the elections were complete. أنا عايزة أقول إن complete دي إنها انتهت تماما. يعني تماما اللي هي completely دي مفروض هنا إنها بتوصف finished which is an adjective. فمفروض إنها تبقى completely finished. The film is based on a truly story. A truly story. لا. Story is a noun and it should be described not by an adverb but it should be described by an adjective and the adjective is true. خدوا بالكم ان true has an E لكن لما باجي اعمل adverb I omit the E and I just add ly. Right, let's look at number 8 then. You will lose points for each incorrect answered question. طيب مفروض ان answered is an adjective. Incorrect لكن انا مش انا بقول كل سؤال متجاوب answered question. لكن incorrect ما هياش صفة تانية عشان توصف question. هي صفة عشان توصف الادverb. كل سؤال متجاوب بطريقة غلط. يبقى it should be incorrectly answered question. طيب number 9. A completely report on the terribly accident was required by the police. طيب a completely is an adverb describing report which is a noun and this is correct. I need an adjective and not an adverb. فهتبقى a complete report on the terribly accident. فيها نفس الغلطة. Terribly accident. Terribly is an adverb and accident is a noun. I need an adjective. يبقى a complete report on the terrible accident was required by the police. Number 10. They had to run home quickly. Run quickly, adverb describing a verb, this is correct, when the storm started. Right? Time. The second point in using adjectives and adverbs is using adjectives after linking verbs. يعني ايه linking verbs? Linking verbs are not real verbs. يعني they are not action verbs. يعني أنا هنا مثلا لما أقول he worked efficiently. تعالوا نقرأ مع بعض الإكزامبل ده. Adverbs describe verbs and generally come after them. عادة الادverb بيجي بعد الفعل. يعني ما بقول he worked efficiently. Efficiently is an adverb describing worked which is a verb. However, with linking verbs يعني ايه؟ يعني أنا لو بقول I am ولا he is happy. He's happy. Happy دي is an adjective. Is a verb. تعالوا كده نكتب كام جملة مع بعض. لو أنا بقول he is upset. upset is an adjective. طيب هتقولوا لي ما هو this is a verb. يبقى why should I have why should I have an adjective? طيب لا. upset describes this noun or pronoun. is دي بنقول عليها it's a linking verb. زيها بقى زي ايه؟ لو ممكن اقول he appears, he seems, he looks. alright. حاجات كتيرة قوي، يعني اي حاجة اي افعال ليها دعوة بالحواس بقول عليهم linking verbs. يعني لو بقول مثلا the orange tastes sour. sour يعني حادقة قوي. the orange tastes sour. taste دي هي فعل اهي، لكن sour is an adjective لأن sour بتوصف the orange, right? بقول على taste دي it's a linking verb. it's a linking verb. طيب زي الكلام ده بالظبط ان انا اقول مثلا velvet اللي هو قماش القطيفة. velvet feels soft. القطيفة ملمسها ناعم. برضو feels دي is a linking verb فيجي وراها adjective and not adverb. ايه اللي ليه دعوة كمان بالحواس؟ ان انا اقول مثلا roses الورد البلدي ده roses smell sweet. برضو sweet ما بقولش roses smell sweetly، لا بقول roses smell sweet. sweet is an adjective describing roses which is a noun and smell is a linking verb. linking verb يعني زي verb to be كده بيجوا بعد الاسم وبيجي وراهم صفة، ما بيجيش وراهم adverb. طيب alright, let's go back to our lecture. However, with linking verbs, the verb is followed by an adjective and not by an adverb. Linking verbs are treated like the verb be, and the adjective describes the subject before the linking verb and not the verb. زي ما قلنا. He seems efficient. بصوا هنا he worked efficiently لأن efficiently بتوصف worked. لكن he seems دي is a linking verb يبقى efficient مفروض تبقى adjective describing the subject he. This sentence sorry, this sentence usually means he is efficient. Notice though that after the linking verb we may have an adverb. ساعات بيبقى عندنا adverb برضو بعد linking verb, but it is not an adverb that describes the verb. It's an adverb that describes the adjective. زي مثلا هنا ايه؟ He seems extremely efficient. هي extremely دي بتوصف ايه؟ الجملة الأساسية هي ايه؟ He seems efficient. Extremely is an adverb, this is true. It does not describe seems, it describes the word efficient. لأن seems is a linking verb. linking verb لازم يجي وراه صفة. الصفة بتوصف الاسم اللي قبل linking verb. لأن linking verb قلنا زي بالظبط verb to be. يعني he seems extremely efficient زي ما أقول he is extremely efficient. He is efficient. عايزة أقول إن هو كفء بدرجة كبيرة جدا، يبقى extremely هتوصف efficient مش هتوصف he. The adverb extremely does not describe the verb seems. It describes the adjective efficient. Be careful of these rules. A regular verb is followed by an adverb. The adverb describes the verb. A linking verb is followed by an adjective, and the adjective describes the subject and not the linking verb. لأن linking verb ده معناه إنه verb to be. A linking verb may be followed by an adverb and an adjective. وساعتها the adverb describes the adjective and the adjective describes the subject. Right? طيب. إيه linking verbs بقى؟ زي ما كتبناهم وقلنا زي appear, feel, seem, look, be, look, smell, become, prove, taste. كل دي linking verb. Why is this written twice? Let's just, okay, طيب. Let's look at exercise 47. Each of the following sentences has, each has, خدوا بالكم, each is singular, has at least one adjective or adverb. Underline the adjectives or adverbs, write in brackets adjective or adverb, and underline the word it describes. If a sentence has more than one adjective or adverb, use colors. Indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. طيب. The coach, يعني المدرب, seems angrily about the performance of the team. Seems, دي عندي هنا, angrily, this is an adverb. طيب. Seems is not a regular verb. Seems is a linking verb. يبقى مفروض تبقى adjective and not adverb. Seems, the coach seems angry, وangry هنا هتبقى adjective that describes the subject, coach. Right? Let's look at number 2. The candidate, المرشح, talked confidently about his economic program. Right. Economic is an adjective describing a noun, program. Confidently is an adverb, بثقة, and it describes the verb talked. زي ما انتوا شايفين, the adverb comes after the verb it describes, and the adjectives come, all adjectives come before the nouns they describe. All right? Time. Let's look at number 3. After she ate the orange, the cake tasted too sweetly to her. طيب. عندي هنا ما عنديش إلا just one adverb. The cake tasted too sweetly to her. Is that correct? No, this is incorrect because tasted, زي verb to be. The cake was too sweet to her. قلنا دي linking verb. أي حاجة بتدل على استخدامنا للحواس يجي بنعتبرها linking verb, بيجي وراها adjective and not adverb. يبقى مفروض إنها تبقى the cake tasted too sweet to her. كان طعمها مسكر قوي عليها. Throughout the past year, past is an adjective describing the noun year وجت قبلها. طيب. Throughout the past year, the government has been acting inefficiently. Inefficiently is an adverb describing has been acting, which is the verb, and this is Now, the verb is has been acting. And the adverb, as you see, comes after the verb it describes. They felt terribly frightened when their neighbor's house was broken into. طيب, their neighbor's house was broken into. اقتحم بيت الناس جيرانهم. طيب, they felt terribly frightened. أنا عندي هنا frightened أو الجملة الأساسية اللي احنا هنبص عليها. They felt terribly frightened. طيب, felt is a linking verb. يعني أنا بقول they felt frightened. frightened هتوصف the subject they. terribly اللي هي الادفرب اللي جه بقى حطيناه بعد كده does not describe the subject but it describes the adjective that comes after it. They felt terribly frightened. يبقى frightened بتوصف they و terribly بتوصف frightened. Terribly is an adverb describing the adjective, but the adjective is describing the pronoun they. Alright? Let's look at number 6. Their neighbors appeared unexpected calm. برضو appeared is a linking verb. Their neighbors appeared calm. جيرانهم كان باين كان شكلهم هادي. طيب, unexpected بقى هتوصف ايه؟ يبقى unexpected جاية قبل الادجكتيف يبقى هتوصف الادجكتيف. يبقى المفروض تبقى ايه؟ It's an adverb. يبقى their neighbors appeared unexpectedly calm. Number 7. He looked. برضو he looked is a linking verb. يبقى لازم تبقى he looked quite unhappily. unhappily مش بتوصف looked. Linking verbs are not described. He looked quite unhappy. He looked quite unhappy at the thought of losing his job. The children ran quick. لا. ran بقى is a regular verb. يبقى it should be described by the adverb quickly. The children ran quickly to meet their mother, who came to take them from school. Even though we were not hungry, the food smelled inviting. طيب, smelled برضو smelled is a linking verb. كان ممكن أقول the food was inviting. inviting يعني مشجع. يعني انتوا عارفين invite يعني يدعو, لكن هنا طبعا مش هنقول ان the food نقدر واحنا بنترجم نقول معناها انه بيدعونا للاكل, يعني مشجع. ممكن نقول مشجع. The exam proved more difficultly than we had expected. برضو proved is a linking verb. لاني ممكن اشيلها واقول the exam was more. طيب, if I have a linking verb يبقى يعني am I going to have an adverb or an adjective? If I have a linking verb, proved, the exam was, يبقى I need here an adjective to describe the subject, which is exam. يبقى the exam proved more difficult than we had expected. طيب, let's look at the second rule or the next rule. Position adjectives and adverbs correctly. يعني ايه؟ زي ما كنا عمالين دلوقتي نقول ان adjectives come before nouns. Adverbs usually come after verbs. Usually come after verbs يعني احيانا بيجوا في اماكن تانية. We should always be careful of two problems. في مشكلتين. Number 1, the position of adjectives with the nouns they describe. And number 2, the position of adverbs with objects of verbs. Be careful of mistakes in the position of adjectives and nouns. يعني إيه؟ A one word adjective إذا كانت الادجective دي كلمة واحدة it is always placed before the noun it describes. يعني ما أقول the news updated is on the front page. أجدد الجديدة يعني الأخبار الجديدة the news updated is on the front page. وخدوا بالكم إن كلمة news دي كلمة مفرد في الأخبار أو uncountable يعني. The news updated is on the front page. هنا I have a subject and then I have an adjective. طيب. This adjective is not a one word adjective. أنا ما أقول the news updated. أنا ممكن أقول the news updated is on the front page. عشان نفتكر اللي كنا بناخده قبل كده. The adjective is not a one word adjective. It is a reduced clause اللي هي which was updated. The one word adjective should be placed before the noun. أنا كان ممكن أقول the updated news أحدث الأخبار، لكن التانية دي which was updated يعني الأخبار التي حدثت، وأنا عملتها reduced clause لو تفتكروا، ولازم نفتكر لأن احنا بنمتحن في كل حاجة. It is a reduced clause كانت which was updated وعشان كده هي جاية بعد الاسم، لكن إذا كانت adjective which is just a one word adjective بتيجي قبل الاسم. The updated news is on the front page. The second problem is with adverbs and objects of verbs. يعني المشكلة التانية بقى مع الادverbs ولما يكون معايا مفعول به لأفعال لفعل، مفعول به لفعل. When a verb has an object لما يكون فعل ليه مفعول the adverb describing the verb should not come between the verb and its object. يعني ايه؟ احنا قلنا ان عادة او دايما الادفرب اللي بيوصف فعل بيجي بعد الفعل. طيب لكن اذا انا كان عندي فعل ليه مفعول ما اقدرش اجيب الادفرب بين الفعل والمفعول بتاعه. يعني هنا مثلا الجملة دي he has obtained recently a degree in accounting. طيب has obtained is a verb. A degree is the object of the verb. Recently is an adverb, right? I cannot put an adverb between a verb and its object. ما اقدرش كده، الجملة غلط. ما اقدرش افصل الobject عن الفعل بتاعه. This sentence is incorrect because the adverb comes between the verb and its object. ممكن أغير ده أو أصلح الجملة بأكتر من طريقة. The adverb may come in more than one position and all of them are correct. ممكن أقول recently ده عند بداية الجملة. شايفين هنا لأن ده الجملة الأساسية بتبتدي بالسبجكت يبقى هنا عندي كوما. أقول recently he has obtained a degree in accounting، وممكن أقول he has recently obtained a degree in accounting، يعني بحط الادفرب بين جزئين الفعل. الفعل عندي has obtained بحط الادفرب في الوسط. وممكن أقول he has obtained a degree in accounting recently. خدوا بالكم هنا ما حطيتش كوما قبل recently لأن أنا ابتديت بالسبجكت، لكن هنا لأن ابتديت بجزء غير أساسي في الجملة اللي هو الادفرب كان لازم أفصله عن الجملة الأساسية بكوما. طيب remember a one word adjective comes before the noun. The updated news. An adverb cannot come between a verb and its object. وشفتوا ازاي بنغيرها بكذا طريقة. Alright? طيب. Let us look at exercise 48. Each of the sentences below has at least one adjective or adverb. Underline the adjective or adverb, write in brackets adjective or adverb, and underline the word it describes. If a sentence has more than one adjective or adverb, use colors and indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. طيب نشوف مع بعض. The theater opened with a performance fantastic. performance هنا يعني أي عرض. fantastic يعني رائع. طيب fantastic is an adjective بتوصف performance، يبقى غلط إنها تيجي بعدها، لازم تبقى إيه؟ The theater opened with a fantastic performance. The supermarket has always delivered our orders quickly. طيب quickly is an adverb بتوصف ايه؟ The verb delivered. طيب خدوا بالكم ان ما كانش ممكن اقول الجملة دي صح. ايه اللي كان يعملها غلط؟ اللي كان يعملها غلط اني اقول مثلا the supermarket has always delivered quickly our orders. يبقى انا هنا حطيت الادفيرب between the verb and its object. لكن هنا انا حطيته بعد الاتنين. has always delivered our orders quickly. طبعا خدوا بالكم ان always كمان is an adverb برضو بتوصف ايه؟ الفعل delivered او بتوصف has delivered هي الفعل. يعني بصوا هنا عندي has delivered هي الفعل، always جت ما بين جزئين الفعل it's an adverb، وبعدين عندي adverb تاني جه بعد نهاية الجملة اللي هي delivered our orders. طيب the presidential candidates المرشحين للرئاسة delivered their opposing programs. opposing is an adjective وجاية قبل the noun it describes اللي هي programs. This is correct. The chairperson has selected carefully the project team. Now, carefully is an adverb. بتوصف ايه؟ بتوصف has selected which is the verb. لكن الجملة دي غلط لأن carefully which is the adverb فصلت the verb has selected من الobject بتاعه اللي هو the project team. right؟ طيب يبقى الجملة دي غلط because of the position of the adverb. كان لازم تبقى the chairperson has selected the project team carefully، وكان ممكن أقول the chairperson has carefully selected the project team. طيب frequently طيب ده صح. عندي frequently ده adverb جاي في أول الجملة وحطيت وراه كوما لأنه مش جزء من الجملة الأساسية. This is correct. طيب frequently the milk has turned sour. sour is an adjective وبتوصف ايه؟ بتوصف milk مش بتوصف turned، لأن turned معناها became، معناها was. It's a linking verb أصبح يعني. طيب the meeting was held at a conference hall huge. طيب huge بتوصف ايه؟ بتوصف conference hall، فلازم تيجي فين؟ لازم تيجي قبل الاسم. هي الاسم الأساسي اللي بيتوصف لو تاخدوا بالكم هو hall، لكن الهول دي قلت انها وصفتها باسم تاني، فقلت كونفرنس هول، قاعة المؤتمر. وبعدين قاعة المؤتمر دي اللي هي بقت الاسم بتاعي وصفته بانها huge، بقت a huge conference hall. يعني احنا عندنا هنا conference is a noun بتوصف hall which is another noun. كتير يبقى عندي اسم بيوصف اسم تاني، وبعدين huge اللي هي الصفة بتيجي قبل الاتنين، a huge conference hall. The exams have always been in July. طيب always is the adverb. The exams have been is the verb. always بتيجي في وسط جزئين الفعل have always been, and this is correct. Following the failure of the plan, the manager has altered subsequently it. هي altered يعني changed. Following the failure of the plan, the manager has altered it. لكن الغلط عندي هنا إن subsequently which is the adverb فصلت الverb has altered from its object it. يبقى كان ممكن أقول إيه؟ the manager has وأحطها بين جزئين الفعل هنا أهو has subsequently altered it، وممكن أجيبها في الأول خالص subsequently the manager has altered it، وممكن أقول the manager has altered it subsequently. 3 حاجات. Alright, let's look at number 9. The students had to study many hours daily during the program intensive. هنا أنا عندي they had to study. Study is the verb. Had to study is the verb. Many hours هي الobject. Daily هي الadverb وجت وراها. During the program intensive. طيب during the program intensive. Intensive is an adjective. مفروض انها بتوصف program يبقى لازم تيجي فين؟ قبل program. During the intensive program. طيب the last one. The naval officer ضابط البحارة was asked to transfer to a foreign country. Naval adjective بتوصف officer جاية قبلها to a foreign country. Foreign برضو adjective بتوصف country وجاية قبلها, and this sentence is correct. طيب نشوف الجمل في الانسر key. طيب the parents were greatly relieved when their son recovered. اللي عملناهم. The chairperson frequently visits the company's sites. This is correct. He was wearing an expensively black suit. an expensive black suit. وفاكرين شرحنا دي ازاي؟ قلنا expensively ملهاش دعوة ببلاك. There is a classic film on television tonight. He was given the job because he can do it very well. This is correct. The elections were not complete. completely finished. Adjective بتوصف finished. يعني مفروض تبقى adverb بتوصف finished اللي هي adjective. The film is based on a on a true story. You will lose points for each incorrectly answered question. طيب a completely report. a complete report on the terribly accident. برضو on the terrible accident مفروض انها تبقى صفة. They had to run home quickly. This is correct. When the storm started. هنا 47. The coach seemed angry because it's a linking verb. The candidate talked confidently about his economic program. Correct. After she ate the orange, the cake tasted too sweet to her. لأن sweetly the adverb tasted is a linking verb, it needs an adjective. Throughout the past year, the government has been acting inefficiently. This is correct. They felt terribly frightened. Adverb بتوصف frightened. طبعا felt is a linking verb. They felt frightened، لكن جبت terribly بقت بتوصف frightened. The adverb زي ما بنقول هنا the adverb describes the adjective. Their neighbors appeared unexpectedly calm. هي their neighbors appeared calm، لكن unexpected دي مفروض تبقى unexpectedly adverb بتوصف الادجective. برضو adverb describes the adjective، ده علشان ما ننساش. He looked quiet، linking verb looked يبقى unhappy. The children ran quickly. Even though we were not hungry, the food smelled inviting. لأن smelled is a linking verb. وآخر exercise برضو هنا the exam proved more difficult. Proved is a linking verb يبقى more difficult. Type. The theater opened with a fantastic performance. The supermarket has delivered our orders quickly. The presidential candidates delivered their opposing programs. The chairperson has selected carefully, has carefully selected. Frequently, the milk has turned sour, and the meeting was held at a conference hall. Huge, لا قلناها شرحناها, at a huge conference hall. The exams have always been in July, and following the failure of the plan, the manager has altered subsequently, لا has subsequently altered it, علشان ما يجيش الادverb ما بين الفعل والمفعول بتاعه. The students had to study many hours daily during the program intensive. هنا الغلطة في intensive program, and the naval officer was asked to transfer to a foreign country, and this is correct. طيب that finishes lecture 6. أراكم على خير ونقابل بعض المرة الجاية في lecture 7. Thank you very much and see you soon.